Hello.
Welcome to Bone
Bone
of
of
My
my
Bone,
bone,
Marriage
marriage
of
of
the
the
Heart.
heart. You know how we do it. You know how we do it.
Yes,
Yes.
we are your hosts. I am Katina
And
Robinson,
I'm Ronnie Robinson.
and we are on all of our platforms, you guys. And so if we're
So
looking,
we looking and dipping and dabbing and looking at you all. Why y'all look at
yes.
us?
So we are on all the platforms. So you guys, if we're looking around, don't think we're not paying attention to you or seeing you, but we are definitely looking at all the platforms. But we're
Well,
so
well,
glad to be back
hello.
with you
Yes,
guys.
I know it's been a while, baby. It's been a
And
while.
as you come on, go ahead and make a comment so we will see that you are there. We see the numbers rising, but if you don't say anything, we don't know who is that
Who you
number.
are and whose you are.
Exactly. So
But we are
come on,
we
come
are so glad
on.
it feels so funny because we it's been so long since we've been. I don't even know what I'm excited. I'm looking at your beautiful smile and
Thank you,
hey,
baby.
yes.
Hello,
But of
hello.
course, you know we are here for one main thing.
Hey,
And
hey. With
well,
one of your
hello. Hey,
classmates,
what's up?
Charles.
What's up, Charles? How you doing, sir? I salute you, my man. I
Mhm.
salute you. So, hey, just stay on. You and your wife just stay on and just be with us tonight because we
Yes.
haven't been on in a long
It
time,
ain't been that
guys.
long, baby.
It feels like it, my
I
love. It feels
know.
like
It
it,
ain't been that
It
long.
feels like it.
Hey, hey.
But
And y'all,
yeah, we just kind of trying to get back and get the rust and the dust off us because we've been on a sabbatical seem like baby. I mean,
we have.
but it's always fun to be here with you, my love, and you know you're always part of my treasure box. So
Yes.
we just had to just come on, y'all, and just chop it up and talk about that main thing that we love to talk about. We talking about bone on my bone. We talking about marriages. We talking about the things that y'all like to talk about. We want to get questions from you guys. To
Yes.
let you know that help us get back on the road, y'all. We need to get back on the road again. It feels so good to be back with everybody. But God has been good. God has been so good. God has helped us through things that we need to be helped through, and He's just that type. He's just
He
that type,
is. He
and uh,
is.
and with our marriages, with our marriage,
I was gonna
that
say, what marriages?
see, we rusty, y'all. We rusty, but that's all right. It's all good tonight, everybody. I can say that it's been wonderful, baby, to be sharing life with you, living with you, and doing the things that's necessary to let my life be such a glorious thing. With you being in my life, baby, I'm telling you, this lady here, we're going into our 20th year of marriage, and I'm gonna tell you, these years, y'all,
Hey, Tammy.
has been exquisite. Has been exquisite. This lady have really showed up and showed out in my life, and listen, you see that smile? She just smiled. I can't hardly focus, baby. I'm looking at your smile.
Look, I am working all the platforms, you guys. So
Yeah.
we're on all our platforms. So bear with us if we don't answer right then. Your questions or comments, we're working all the platforms. So you
Yes.
guys keep it up. Hey, Tammy, how are you?
So tonight, okay, she tapped me on my knee, y'all. We rushed this, and she tapped me on my knee.
No, she was talking, baby. I was
Oh,
trying.
okay. Well, say something, Tammy. Say something. Just bear with us, y'all. We're gonna figure this
All
out.
right.
Sort of like a little octopus here, right? Going on. We got the here and over there, but that's okay.
Hello. So yeah, you guys, we're on all our platforms. So we're on TikTok, we're on Clubhouse, we're on all our Facebook pages, on our YouTube page, on our Twitter page. We're on them all, you guys. So wherever you want to join in, hey,
Do
dive in
so. Do so.
here, and y'all may comment as you come on, so we will know that you are here. And tonight we are talking about trust is
The
the
key, y'all. Trust is
trust
the
is
key.
the key.
Um, I have to say, baby, with our marriage, that's one of the things that I love about you, that I put trust in you. I really do. God blessed me with you. I'm telling you, I would not be where I am today without my beautiful wife and
Thank you,
all the
baby.
talents that she have. I mean, look, I feel like I'm an admiral of the world, not admiral of just the ship, but admiral of the world. But we have an awesome marriage, and we just want to share the things that we do in life, and let you know love is worth fighting for.
Yes, it
Love, let's say it
is.
together, baby. One,
Love.
no,
Oh,
3, 2,
hey,
1.
Angela,
Love
Angelina,
is. Hey, Angela.
Angelina.
And
That's
no,
Angelina.
Angelina.
Hey. She said, I'm here and I want to see y'all.
Hey, here we are. I salute you.
Yes.
But what I was saying, I was talking.
Love
Yeah,
is
it's
worth
worth
fighting
fighting for.
for.
Yes. And when you with the right partner and the one that want to do life with you, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. You can go through anything. I truly believe when you have the right woman on your side, you can go through anything. And the one thing about it, baby, by making you my wife, God allowing you to become my wife, that means I gave up the world. I gave up that. I don't want that. I don't want nothing. This is the one right here. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Most folks probably say, oh, well, you give up a lot. Man, give up a lot when they get married. Well,
Really don't. You gain favor.
Well,
The
that's
Bible
true.
said when a man findeth a good thing, that he get a good thing and obtain it favor.
Ooh, I'm so glad to be back on the air with her.
Yes,
Y'all, we having
yes.
fun tonight, y'all. This just to kind of get introduced back, get ourselves back out where we need to be and where we're supposed to be. We kind of been on a sabbatical and doing other things
Yes, we have.
that we chose to do in life, but right now it's time to get back on the grind.
Gotta get
And
back
yeah,
focused and doing what we've been called to do.
talking about the marriage and talking about how good it is. And I'm telling y'all right now, the way the world is going, I'm telling you, it's time to refocus and get ourselves on one accord when it comes to relationships, communications, relationships, marriages, engagement, getting it right the first time, getting it right the second time if you've been married. We're a blended family. So hey, we know that we had someone in our lives that we chose ourselves and not ordained, but now we're ordained to be with each other, and we teaching you from all angles. We can come from all angles. We can answer the questions that you ask. We can come from any angles, and that's what we love to do. We love to minister from all the angles and show you how much we care about getting things changed. I'm telling you, y'all, the world is not respecting the United States no more, because one of the things they see is that a lot of marriages are failing now because of the carnality mentality.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about the good parts of marriage. We're going to stay focused and positive up in here. We're going to talk about all the statistics.
Okay.
So tonight we are talking about trust is the key. And so many times when we are counseling couples, hello, Miss Davis. So many times when we are counseling couples, a lot of times that's the conversation we end up having to have, right? Is I don't trust them. And sometimes that trust is because that person have cheated, or even before they got married, or sometimes it's just from what they've seen. A lot of time it's from what either the woman or the man have seen in other relationships before them. So literally it could have been their parents or their siblings or other relationships that they saw that they cheated or someone cheated, and so now they just be looking for something to arise. Like I recently had a conversation with a young lady, and she was saying that things that she's seen in relationships before, or things that she's done before, or things that the guy have done before, whatever makes them leery about feeling like their marriage, if they get married, they will work out because of things they've done in the past. But you cannot base your trusting a person on anything but that person right then, because you cannot treat someone else bad or treat someone else some kind of way because of what have happened to you with someone else. You know, a lot of times what happens is when people goes from one relationship to the next relationship, they tend to take baggage from that previous relationship into that new relationship, and that's really not fair because now you're making someone pay for something someone else did.
That's
I
good,
was the
baby. That's
same
good.
way, but yes. And so, you know, we're definitely going to share testimonies about that. Um, but so if that person has not did anything to you that makes you not trust them, you're going to have to let your guard down, especially if you're married. You're going to have to let your guard down to your spouse. You're going to have to give them your whole heart because no one deserves to only have a portion of your heart. If
Come
you
on.
are married and you have a ring on it, your spouse should have your whole heart. And if they don't, then there's some communication that needs to take place, because why is it that you don't have my whole heart, or why do I feel like I can't give you my whole heart? That conversation needs to be had.
One of the things that I did when I went into this relationship with my wife, I instead of just loving her, you know, we are a blended family. I love the whole bundle. I fell in love and fell in love with not just her but the children's also. So I had to give it up. I couldn't come in 50%. I couldn't do that. To be able to get the
Hello, hello.
to get my wife to trust me and to trust me around the children and get the children to trust me and know that I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to encourage you and be the best covenant father I possibly can to you. And so I had to come in 100. I couldn't come in just 50%. I had to come in with my heart and my mind open with love and kindness and understand. How you doing, Miss Moss? You doing
Hey,
all
hey,
right?
Deborah.
Good to see you. So that was one of the things when we met. I had to be 100. I had to know because this lady went through a lot after meeting her and getting to know her and getting to know what she'd been through. I had an opportunity to show what a man should do when he truly care about someone. And then now, along with doing that, you know, being a father to my covenant children, you know, they had to see me love her at a 100, not 50, but love her through with 100%. Here I am. I'm here to love you, here to raise the kids, be the best I can be for you. And right today, my covenant children, they love me. They know that I'm daddy, and I understand. And I understand that when they say I'm dad, but they do know that their biological father. They do know that because you know I'm glad they do. I didn't try to take them. I wanted them to know that you can love me, but love your father too, and I love you for loving your father. So I had to come in 100, and my wife gave me 100 with her
Yes.
with her heart. I mean,
After a certain period of time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
just being transparent, you guys, you know, we always transparent on here. And so when we first got married, my husband is a love to the bone. He loves, loves, love. He know how to show love. He that's just an area, a gift that he has for sure. And so when we got together, when we got engaged and then married, one of the challenge things for me was to give him my whole heart, because I was like, you know, even though I love you, I trust you, I'm still working on just fully diving in 100%. And I'm just being transparent, you guys, because like he said, I had been married before, and then I just had some trust issues, and along with all the things that happened before I even got married the first time. And so I was like, it's not fair to him. You know, I had to really just take myself to God and say, God, teach me how to let him love me, let him all the way in, because it's not fair to him. He's dishing out all the love he possibly can. He is showing himself, he's proving himself, but still there's something in me was holding that wall up, saying, I'm not going to fully let you in yet because, you know, of things that have happened in the past, or just because I wasn't ready to let my guard down. And so I literally, like I said, had to get to a point where I had to let that guard down and say, okay, either we're going to go 100% into this marriage or we're not. When we got married, we said it's for life, right? So if we're going to be together for the rest of our life, I'm going to have to learn how to love and let you love me and trust you and, give you my whole heart. And so even though it was a process, once I allowed my husband to have my whole heart, I feel like I always had his whole heart. But once I allowed him to have my whole heart, it just became easy. It became, natural, but it just took a process. And so trust is the key when it comes to a fulfilling, when it comes to a thriving, when it comes to a purposeful marriage, a relationship, period. Not even just in a marriage. You can't even have someone that you call friend that you don't trust. You can't have someone that you are associated with in ministry if you don't trust them. And so in business also, even in business, you can't have someone that you don't trust. So trust is the key in all relationships, not just marriage. Y'all know that's our vein, marriage, but it has to be like that in all relationships. And so you have to have that trust factor, because if the trust factor is not there, it's going to be miserable. It is going to be miserable because you literally will spend your day wondering, thinking about what are they doing, who are they talking to, who in their face, and it would drive you up the wall. It would drive you up the wall. It would drive you, the person you're married to, all of you will just be unhappy because that's if you start out like that, okay, first starting out in a marriage, and you have some trust issues is one thing, but then when it lingers for years and years after the person improved their self, then that person will just kind of be fed up with like, okay, what am I gonna have to do for you to let your guard down and truly trust me? And they deserve it. If you marry someone, they deserve to have your trust and your whole heart.
And one thing is that with my wife and I, one of the foundation, one of the cornerstones of our relationship, we both love Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
That was the main thing, is that we both love Jesus Christ. Second thing is that we love each other through Jesus Christ, and that gave us a communications line to be able to find out things about one another, that some of the things she went through, that it gave me an opportunity to love her through those scars. And that was one of the things when we got together. It was one song that I used to listen to, and it used to, and it's by Joe, and he used to say, "I want to take a journey through your mind." The things that I had found out that my wife allowed me to know, I had to, I had to ask God, how can I love her? How can I get her to trust me? What are some of the key things that I need to do that would open her mind up, where I can do that, I can explore and see what's her, what kind of scars are you really bleeding from, or what bleeding from those scars. Yes. How can I seal those, heal those, get those love to where those scars are gone. And when she opened her mind up, I asked God. God gave me to say, okay, take a journey through her mind, and everything that you know, love her through it. Yes. Love her with 100%. Through me, you will succeed. And I have to say, I truly laid down my love to my wife. That it wasn't nothing but Jesus to really got me on the path that I didn't make the mistakes, because there was sensitive things that I knew that if I tried to get involved. For example, I want to say this, but I'll let my wife explain it real quick. I'll let her piggyback on this, because I want her to explain that one of the situations that she faced in life would bring her back to that she don't need to go back to that. So I'll let her explain what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
So yeah, so he's referring to yes. In my younger years, in my teenage years, I was actually raped. And so when my husband and I were in our dating stage, in our engagement stage, and definitely when we got counseling, we got in-depth counseling, you guys, before we got married, those were the things that we talked about, because there are certain things that, you got to be cautious how you say them or how you come at me in certain ways, because if not, it will make me feel, trapped or traumatized again. And so because I share that, and that's when we always teach when we're counseling couples, when we're coaching couples, to know that there are certain triggers that you may have from something in your past. If you know that there's things that you experienced in your past, you need to share them with your spouse, because then your spouse understand where you're coming from and they're not taking offense. Because there were certain things, that I would talk to my husband about, and far as, even in lovemaking, and I would let him know that that particular, position or anything like that is traumatizing to me, because it takes me back to that point. Not to say that you don't overcome that trauma, but when you're honest, open and upfront and honest and transparent with your spouse, then they don't feel a sense of rejection. They feel like, okay, this is something that my wife went through that I got to help her get over. And then once you've been together for a while and y'all work through that, then you overcome it. It's not something you stay stuck in. But when you don't share those childhood traumas or any type of traumas you may have experienced with your spouse, then you kind of put them at a disadvantage. Because, for instance, there are certain movies that we have been sitting down watching, that something triggered me in one of the movies, and he knew exactly how to respond to me because he knew what was going on. For instance, the first time we watched, think it's called Good Deeds. Yeah, it was a Tyler Perry movie called Good Deeds. And they had a scene on there where the lady that cleaned his office or whatever, she was bringing her child to work with her all the time, and somebody reported it. And so DHS came and took the child. And so when I watched that particular scene, it took me back to when I was taken into a foster home, when DHS came and got us. And, for a moment, I had a moment. And, someone that didn't know my story wouldn't have realized why I responded the way I did. But my husband just held me, let me cry it out, or let me just, stay in that moment for a minute. And then we moved past it. That's because he knew me. He knows me. He knows what I've been through. So he figured that was a trigger, and he automatically knew how to comfort me through it or help me overcome it. But when you don't share those things with your spouse, it's not fair to them, because if you have triggers and they don't know what's going on, and then they like, what in the world, what's wrong with you, type of thing. And so it's best to always just be transparent and upfront with your spouse, to let them know those things that have, been a hard time in your life or a traumatizing time in your life.
And the other thing with that is that I don't want to take my wife back to those times. That's the pride side. See, if you got pride and you want to put pride in front of things, you're still, with my wife's situation, if I let pride kick in, I still try to push those buttons to try to get her to go back to those things. I'm not going to do it. That's when you got to truly step up. So there's some things that I'm not going to do it, because I love my wife. I love my wife more than to go back to a position that would take her back. To me, that's not making love to her, when she got to be mentally destroyed by me because of my pride. No.
I know we keep it 100 on here, so
true.
don't have any kids listening, because this grown folks talk. So definitely don't have the kids listening in.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Up there too, y'all, on TikTok. Don't have the kids listening, because it's grown folk conversation.
Yeah.
So trust is the key, though.
Right. And that's the thing. My wife trusts me.
Yes,
she trusts me.
But
like I said, I go back to the main statement that I said about that. It takes Christ, y'all.
Yes,
it takes Christ. Now in these last and evil days, with all of the avenues to hurl accusations at you, to hurl the lustful things to the eyes at you, and try to get you derailed and get you off key and get you messing around on your husband or your wife. These things it's getting worse. So for me to love my wife, I want my love to come through Jesus Christ, where it can be good and pure.
Yes. And if you guys have any questions,
Yes.
please put them in the comments, whether
Yes.
you're on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching us at, also on TikTok. Put your questions as you have your questions so we can answer your questions as we're talking, because we love to engage with our audience. But definitely, you got to have that trust. You got to, if you don't have trust, it's I really don't know what to say about your marriage thriving and everything. And when we're doing counseling, that's one of the things that we tell people, that is trust and communication. And when you don't
Yes.
have those things, your marriage is gonna have a lot of challenges.
Yes.
It's gonna have challenges, but it's not to say that you can't work through them, because in our counseling, baby, we've seen, just like, for instance, when we start counseling with you, you literally take an assessment test. Everybody that we counsel, you take an assessment test, because we need to know where you are right now, so you can see where you're going and where we're going to help, where God going to use us to help get you.
Yes.
And so if you don't have something to start with, then we just shooting from the hip. But when you start with that assessment, it gives us a guideline, it gives you guys a guideline of
the breakdown.
Yes, your strengths and your weaknesses. So that way you know where you're starting at with the strengths, and then we're gonna help you bring them weaknesses up to some strengths where you're equal.
Yes.
And so counseling is important, you guys. I don't care how long you've been married. I don't care how you think you know each other. All of those things are wonderful, but there's times in seasons of marriage that you need to sit down and let somebody be in front of you and just listen. Because and that's the thing, everyone that has ever come on with our counseling, they be like, you know what, this is nothing like I thought, in a good way. They're like, we thought it was going to be this pressure type or this and that, and it's nothing like that. And so that goes with trusting also. When you're doing counseling, whoever you're counseling with, you gotta trust that person. Like, if it's somebody that, I'm gonna use this example. So say one of y'all go to the church and the other one don't. And the husband or the wife, whoever go to the church, or whoever chose the counselor, I say it like that, chose the counselor, the other spouse ain't really feeling it, you're not going to get resolved. You're not going to get resolution in that, because one person already going in it with like, I don't trust that person. And so I'm really not going to open up. I'm not going to tell you my business. And so you have to have that trust. You have to get counselors. We recommend people get counseled that they don't even know. So like most of the people most of the people that the majority, well, I ain't gonna say the majority of the people come to us through our website. So they don't know us personally. They know of us. They've seen us live on TikTok or Facebook or Clubhouse or one of those platforms, but don't know us personally. That's to your advantage, because that way, when we're counseling you, we have no motive. We don't know you from Adam and Eve.
That's very important, right? She just said the key word. We have no motives. We're not partying with anybody.
That's it.
It's all about a neutral state.
Yes, we don't know you. All we know is the assessment and what the Holy Ghost shows us. Now, we always letting the Holy Ghost lead us. So when we say things, it's directly from God to you, through us to you.
We the conduit.
Exactly. And so that's, to me, the best way to do counseling, is because if you have someone that knows a lot of your business already, then they're coming from a place of knowledge, and not necessarily giving you what you need. They're giving you what you may want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And so it's best to have that outside person that can really, really just dissect it and dive in.
I was trying to look up there, but maybe did you say this? You may have said it, but the thing is, with the person that you asked to counsel you, and them, they may be partial to the one of the you or her or him or her, whatever. They may be partial and really, really receiving everything as, okay, yeah, I believe him, or else I believe her, then over there.
Exactly.
So that's why it's so important to go neutral, to go to
It
someone that you
is.
don't know, that you can throw all the marbles on the table.
Yeah.
And I always use this example, the marbles, because when you throw them all on the table, because they all different shapes and the colors and this and that, your partner that you're gonna marry, you can choose. Y'all can look at this marble here and say that, baby, I don't like this marble. I don't like the way it's shaped. I don't like the color of it.
That's true.
I don't like the color of it. I feel the same way, sweetie. That's the time. That's the time to get that marble off the table and put it in the trash and not visit that. This is why it's so important to get counseling before you get married.
Oh yes.
This is why my wife and I is in this, where we want the young couples of today to get it right the first time. Get it right the first time, and that means getting counseling. Even if you're single, let me break it on down here. If you're single, it's good to get counseling. Go to a counselor and sit down and talk about your individuality to where you want to do you first and explain, explore things, go to school, go travel, do what you want to do. But still, you get to know yourself before you come to the table with someone across the table you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Yes. And so trust is a key. Trust in a key, it is a key in it all. It's in the marriage. It's the people you have around your marriage. Because so many times, we tend to, when different, people are having marital problems, they go and talk to their single friends. What sense does that make? Because how are they going to help you? How are they going to help you? Why would you even vent to them? Or either you're venting to a family member. That's another thing we run into. As people go and talk to their family member, then they work it out, and then their family member's looking upside their head like, I wouldn't have forgave them, I wouldn't still be with them. So be very, very cautious. This is something we've always been very cautious around, who we talk about anything related to our marriage, because we got each other and we communicate really well. And so, like, we're going to work it out amongst ourselves. Now we do things like going to, marriage trip with other couples, or, stuff like that, where we engage with other couples and talk about married things. But you don't ever want to have someone that you're always venting to about your spouse, and then y'all work it out and they know all the business. Now they're looking upside that person's head. And so be real cautious with your trust. Trust is the key, but you have to have boundaries. You have to make sure the people that you're putting your trust in is who they are. And I'm telling you, listen to me good. When you have that gut feeling, when something in your gut is saying it's time to break this relationship off, this friendship off, whatever type of relationship it is, listen at your gut. Yes. Because your gut, we call it intuition, discernment, whatever words you want to use. Unction. Yes, all of those things is called, but it's something that's nagging at you saying something is not right. And when you feel that unction, when you get that discernment, when you feel that gut feeling, listen at it. It is trying to tell you something. It is God's way of warning you. All right, red flag, red flag, red flag. And so listen at that, because trust is the key. And if there's no trust, that relationship cannot work. Yes. A marriage, you can work through some things if you're both willing to be upfront and honest and talk about it. You can work through some things. But some relationships, if that trust factor has been broken, it's really better to just move on. It's not even worth trying to stay and make that relationship work. I'm not talking about necessarily in a marriage. Now, it can be in a marriage also. Like in a marriage, if somebody has violated and stepped outside that marriage, and as a woman that that's something you're going to bring up every day, all the time, it's better to let that man go and go about his business than say, okay, we're going to make this marriage work, but every single day you're bringing it up, or vice versa. Sometimes the women cheat. So if the woman has cheated and the man just can't let it go, you might as well say that this ain't going to work, because if you're going to make that person pay for it every day of their life, it's better to walk away.
Amen.
It's
Amen.
better to walk away.
Well, you know what, y'all share the video, share the
Yes.
video, share the TikTok, share it all,
Yes.
y'all, because
Please.
Bone of My Bone is all about marriages, all about talking about it and getting
Mhm.
things turned around in the United States, and even where you are, wherever you are, we want marriages to start turning around, because that's the family tree. That's the strength of the family tree, is having a great marriage where you're when you start having kids, if you hadn't had any. When you plant that tree, you're gonna get limbs. You're gonna get kids. You want them to see that your father is loving your mother at a high
Yes.
level, to where they know that if it's not bad to be married. Right now, the media is trying to make it look like marriage is not the thing to do. Matter of fact, we did a study, just the other day, baby. The marriages are going, I mean, divorces are dropping, but guess what? Cohabitation is picking up.
Yes.
So that's, to me, that's not of God to me,
People are
because
choosing to live together instead of marry.
Absolutely. That means that they're doing it their way. They doing it their way. And like I say, we've been divorced. We did it our way, and guess what? We divorced. We got that under our belt. But when you with the ordained person, you get it together and say, okay, I'm worth. Yes. My worth is that I'm gonna take my time. I am going to get counseling. I'm going to be a Jesus freak until that man come into my life that finds me praising you, Lord, praising, giving you the honor of who you are in my life. Then when I find that, then we're gonna take it to the table for counseling. Yes. That's very important, y'all. And we're gonna say this throughout every show that we do, that it's gonna be about counseling, Jesus, counseling, and communications. Yes. Those three.
So for everyone that's new, if you're on if you're on TikTok, just FYI, B.O.M.B marriage stands for bone of my bone. Yes. Just in case you didn't know that. Also, if you're on the Facebook page, B.O.M.B marriage, B.O.M stands for bone of my bone. Yes. So our counseling and coaching business is B.O.M marriage, which is bone of my bone, marriage of the heart. And so I just kind of want to give y'all that little nugget for those of you that are new, because we have a lot of new people on, and we're excited that you can come and join us. Yes. And we're just excited about doing what we do. We enjoy counseling couples. Yes. You guys, we enjoy it to the fullest. We enjoy letting our light shine in our marriage, that everywhere we go, people are asking, y'all must be newlyweds. No, we actually been to approach 20 years. So we've been in this for a minute.
I've been getting down with the funk. That's right.
And so we're not newlyweds by number, but we're newlyweds by the way we choose to continue dating. We never let the dating die. Yes. We never let our love die. We never let the spice die. We one of the things we purposely did when we got married, we married as a blended family, but we always had date night. Always have date night. Always, every single week. I know some people say that's a bit much, but that's what we chose to do, because what we knew is those kids are going to get grown and go on with their life. And when they get grown and go on with their life, we don't want to be lost. We don't want to be lost ourselves and our children, that we don't know who we are. And so we've always did date night, usually on Friday night, and then Saturday was family day. And so we do our time together, and one of the things on our date night, that we only on our date night, we can only talk about us. We can talk about what we've done right, what we've done wrong, where we're headed, what we want in the future. We can't talk about bills. We can't talk about money, job, the children, ministry, nothing. It's about me.
We can
and
talk
him.
about
That's
getting some.
We can talk about just him and I and the things related to us.
Yes.
Seeing what we can do. We play games together. We do the love language. We do that every so often, even though we've done it a lot of times. We love doing the love language just to see if it has changed. So we always let people know it don't take money. Like it's not always about going do the fancy restaurants and all of that for doing date night. Literally, we will do picnics, take a lunch from the house, fix stuff you already got at the home, put it in a picnic basket, get you a blanket, and just go sit out at a park or buy. If you live near the beach, you know we love the water, so as you can see, we love
Yeah.
that type of
Baby,
setting.
that's our back. You want to just step out the back door real quick?
No, just slide over. Yeah, that's where we like to go. And so it don't take, people always think of money. It's got to take a lot of money when you're doing date night. No, it's about the quality time.
Yes,
It's not
absolutely.
about
Absolutely.
all of the rest of that, but always make time for date night. Make time to just sit and talk and say, what could we do? What, like I asked my husband the question, what can I do to fill your cup up even more? And vice versa. So those are the type of questions we ask each other, because we want to always make sure we're all right. We can be busy and
do it all.
And my husband stays on me about this. I am a giver, doer. My heart is just so for God's people that I will give of myself so much time, so much, always giving myself. I'm a holistic coach, health coach, and a retired nurse. And so I find myself just giving information, talking to people for hours, trying to help them through whatever. And my husband had to put his feet down and say, babe, you're giving yourself too much, and so things like that, we have to keep each other in check. He has to let me know.
We have a serving heart.
Yes.
That we pastors, but we have a serving heart also, and that gets us in trouble sometimes.
It bites you in the butt sometimes. Yeah. It really does.
But we have learned. We have learned and gonna and keep going forward.
Yes. And so that's the thing. You have to make sure you stay focused on each other, because when you lose each other
at the end of the day,
and when it's said and done, when you're married, ain't nobody gonna have your back like your spouse. Like, Amen. Ain't nobody got me like him.
Amen.
Nobody. As much as I love my children, and I know they would do any and everything for us, I know my husband got me and I got him. And what we have to do is focus on that. When we do date night, we have to focus on, seeing, okay, baby, I think, you can tweak this a little bit. And marriage go through seasons. That's the thing. Marriage go through seasons. So what you may have liked when y'all first got married, it unchanged. We've been married finna be 20 years. So, we've had a lot of seasons. So like, for instance, things I might have really enjoyed back then, sometime now I might just say, well, baby, just give me a chance to get a little more naps. I'm just using that example. So things change in your marriage and you have to communicate those things. And if you're not communicating those things, you're not trusting your partner for whatever reason. You're not giving them your full trust because you don't feel like you can even tell them the truth. And if you're not able to tell your spouse the truth, that needs to be dealt with. Like, you need to sit down and have some counseling, or y'all need to communicate. And if you can't get resolved together, you need to bring another person in or something in order to get that resolved. Because if you can't communicate with your spouse, there's not going to be trust. If y'all can't communicate, trust will not be built.
I want to say one thing to TikTok and Facebook. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the keys is remember your worth. When you start dating your spouse and you go into the engagement part, respect each other and know your worth. And my wife had to get on me because I want to go into ministering and preaching. But the bottom line is, me right now, and I can say this live with my wife on both sets here. I feel for the women. I pray that the ladies of this world of today on TikTok.
Pastor Levi.
Hey, how you doing, singer?
How are you?
You singer? You singer? You? Yes. But I just want to say I just want to say, yes, we do. I want to let you know, ladies, if you remember your worth, y'all can change the man's status on how we think. We'll get our mind. Look, and on TikTok, all these women, I know, I see it. I see it, and I'm being honest. I see it. You can scroll, and then here comes some come up. Somebody showing what they got or this and that. The bottom line is remember your worth, and even if you into that habit, remember your worth. That don't mean you have to be what you portray. I mean, you don't have to do it. Pray that you stop doing it, but you don't have to be that. So remember your worth. Mm-hmm. Remember that I'm somebody, and I'm kind of ministering to the women because I want the women to really, really remember who they are. Mm-hmm. We came through you. God didn't choose us to bring us through. He chose you, and you are special. You're rare. Yes. You're rare. I mean, there's no other planet I know that your female is on. I just know Earth. So I'm just saying to you, ladies, remember your worth. Know what you stand for, and then when that right man find you, then he'll understand your standards, and then he can put his standards with it, and then he will enhance them. Baby. Yes, don't leave that part. Yes, put that part in. And there. For example, my wife, I see when I first met her, it was so much qualities that I could see on. I know that I say, Lord, if this lady, if you give me this lady, I'm yours, Lord, and He did. Mm-hmm. So when I got her, I started wanting her to, okay, baby. You got a lot in you. You need to let come out. You're a prophet. You're a minister. You got so much. You're a nurse. You got so many things in you. And if I'd have met you, you'd been a model, world model. So this is what I'm talking about, ladies. I'm done with it. But I just want to say, y'all, just remember your worth.
Yes, and you gotta know, and that's the thing when it comes to coming together in a marriage. You got to know who you are. You got to know your worth, and you got to know what you bring to the table, and then it's up to your spouse. Once you choose to come with that person, it's up to them to bring out even more. Yes, like I know over the 20 years that we've been in each other's life, about 23 years. We've been married, finna be 20 years. And I saw the things in my husband that he didn't see. And I helped pull that out of him, and vice versa. He saw things in me that I didn't see, and he helped pull that out of me. And so it's about complementing each other and not a competition. You guys, marriage should not be a competition. It should never be a competition. I'm going to use this example. Say both of us, since we were talking, Pastor Levi, about singing, say both of us are singers. Which we not, that's not our lane. But anyway, say we both are singers and we've gotten married. It shouldn't be where I'm trying to outshine him in singing. It shouldn't be where I'm trying to outshine him in singing. We should complement each other, and he should be cheering me on when I'm singing, and I should be cheering him on. It shouldn't be where I'm trying to outdo him and he trying to outdo me. No, it's not competition in marriage, you guys, other than when you playing board games. That's the only time it's supposed to be competitive. But other than that, it's supposed to be all about complimenting each other and pulling the best out. When I say this man have pulled so much out of me that I wouldn't have never been able to do, you guys, without having my biggest cheerleader, my husband. He see the potential. There's not a day goes by that he don't tell me how beautiful I am. Even if when he see my head, for instance, FaceTime when he was at work today, when he called me, I had like not done my hair or something. He's like, hold on, who is that? But even with that, he'll make a comment like that, but he like, hey, my baby still look good. Oh, yeah. So always complimenting each other, always making sure your spouse is okay, because you don't ever want anyone to outshine you talking about your spouse. Like, I shouldn't be worried about my husband trying to get attention from other women because I don't give him that attention. Are you texting me right now? Somebody's asking me about, oh no, my page got hacked. My other page, you guys.
Yeah, go ahead and explain that real quick,
so baby. You guys, this is my new page. And my old page on Facebook got hacked. So if someone is inboxing you, asking you for money, asking about your bank account, asking any questions like that, it is the hacked page. On that page, I had a purple top on, sitting by some water. You guys, that has been a nightmare. I'm glad you brought that up while we was on here so I can remember to mention that.
Thank you,
But
Miss
yes,
Roberts.
my Facebook page, my old page that I had, that I had over 5,000 followers. Someone hacked that page and they have been inboxing people asking them for money. They even have a picture of my driver's license. And so they literally have been pretending to be me and showing people my driver's license saying, yeah, this is Katina. It is not me. Please report that page and block it.
Yes.
Please, because I don't want anybody getting scammed. This has been going on for months. Facebook, and I'm calling y'all out. Facebook has not shut that page down.
Yes.
I've reported it. Over 200 or more people have reported it. And they still hadn't shut that page down because they keep saying there's no community rules been broken. But if they look in the messenger, they'll see that, yeah, it's a lot of scamming going on.
Help us, y'all. Help us on that.
Please, yes, y'all help us by reporting that page
Yes.
and blocking it. But
Okay.
anyway,
back
to the positive stuff,
Yeah.
because man, that's a nightmare. You
we
guys,
trust y'all to do that.
trust is the key. That's
Yeah.
another thing, you guys. When violation take place of any kind, like after this, I have felt so violated. It has really pushed me into a vulnerable state that I never want to be in. But it's making me have to reevaluate my trust for people, because like some people that don't have no bad intentions or whatever, I'm looking upside their head because I've been scammed, I've been hacked. And it made me, have to reevaluate that. So that was perfect timing that you came on, Shonda, and said that, because we're talking about trust.
Yeah.
And how trust is the key. And so, I don't even know what I was talking about before that, but you guys, I was saying how my husband's our biggest cheerleader, and how he really just helped pull so much out of me, and I pull so much out of him. And there should never be a time in your marriage that someone else is cheering your spouse on more than you are. Yes. Never should that happen. Now, everyone deals with I've enjoyed you both. Awesome ministry. I love y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you. And we back now. So we'll be on Thursdays at 8:30.
8:30 Eastern time. So that's 7:30 Central time.
Yes.
So we back. We have to be really cautious with that and know our spouse weakness. So like if you know that your spouse battle with insecurities or battle with trying to be competitive or not sure of themselves, reassure your spouse. Like continue to be in their face, just saying, baby, you are enough, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are this, you are that.
But
it's
I
our job
one
to
thing,
do that.
but sincere though, y'all.
Yes.
We talking about sincerity. Just don't say it to push your spouse off and just accommodate that moment. Mm-hmm. No, do it with sincerity. Let them know, and they'll know when you're sincere about it. I mean, if you've been together a while, like my wife and I, we know it. When I say I love her, she know it. When I say she's beautiful, she know it. She say I'm handsome or whatever it may be, I know it. I know it. Matter of fact, when you really have your communication on fleek.
Why my line went dark? Okay. I don't either.
What line?
Which
one? TikTok or Facebook?
No, this is Facebook, baby.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe when I said that, Facebook blocked me. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna keep going.
Yes.
But you were saying compliment them, be genuine and compliment them.
Sincere. Mm-hmm. And one of the things is going back to when my wife said that when she got hacked. I mean, my wife was crying about this thing. I mean, she was shedding tears. But the thing, I didn't come in try to be about me or anything. I came in sincere. Matter of fact, she was down about it and stuff. I went shopping. I went did the shopping. I went did things that she normally do. But I wanted her to get her rest. I wanted her to get focused on getting rest. It took rest to get past it, because I'm telling y'all, it was terrible.
Yes.
It was
And
terrible.
he literally had to just come home from work one day. One day I was just so emotionally just messed up. I'm trying to look at the page, you guys. It's fine on my end, Angelina. I don't know what happened. But he literally had to come home from work just because I was just like, and what was happening was after we got hacked, like, so it wasn't just it just wasn't our social media, it was our personal accounts also. And so it was just calls like all day, every day. It was either people we paid bills to that was calling and saying a payment didn't go through because our account had to be frozen, or it was people saying, "Did you just inbox me?" Because somebody's on there asking for money, and I didn't think it was you, and I wanted to make sure. So like all day, every day for like I don't know how over a month this was going on, you guys. So it just pushed me to a place where oh my God, I just can't take this no more type of thing. And so my husband, could tell the distress in my voice and he came home. He was like, okay, babe, let's just good, good. I'm glad,
Well,
Angelina.
she trusts me through the process to be here
Yes,
for it, and we moved on. We moved
yes,
on with it, and we didn't mean to just put a slice in here with dealing with that. But since Miss Roberts brought it up, we thank her for that, and God
yes.
bless you.
Because I want to keep putting it out there just because it's still in existence. Like literally, I got a call yesterday and the day before asking had my page been hacked because it's still up and running and they're still trying to hack people and take people money. So I'm glad you did ask about that. But when it comes to that's another reason when you're going through challenges such as that, like just think if you're not happy at home, because this is a big
Ooh,
component
get
for
on
me.
that. Talk
This is
about
a
that.
big, big, big deal for me. I'm like, in the world, we deal with so much, you guys, on the jobs, out and about in ministry, and just in the grocery store. You got to deal with people and attitudes and all of that. If you got to come home and not be at peace,
Come on.
that's a bad feeling.
Yeah.
That is a bad feeling. And so, my biggest thing is you gotta have peace at home. You gotta have, yeah, I saw that. You gotta have peace at home. If you don't have peace at home, you already got to deal with all the things of the world that we don't have control of. We, yes, as the authority God give us, we can set any atmosphere and change it. But you just got to deal with certain things in life, such as us getting hacked. That's something that happened we didn't see coming. But if you're not happy at home, then you got to deal with all the drama of things like that, and then come home and not be happy and fuss and argue with your spouse or just be withdrawn. Because I literally know of people that's married that one go in one room, one go in the other. They do their own thing all through the day and come to bed and go to sleep at night, like they ain't even married. It's like they're just roommates. And that's just not acceptable in a marriage. Our goal is for, especially if you're married or planning to get married, is for you to thrive in purpose. And when you thrive in purpose, you're going to make each other priority. You're like, my husband's not a second thought. He's my first priority. God is God first, and then my husband, and then vice versa. And so it's got to be that way. But you get that way by having trust. If you don't trust who you're with, you honestly, you shouldn't be with a person you don't trust.
Amen.
If you're with somebody that you truly just don't trust, if you don't get some counseling and get it resolved or go through some deliverance, whatever it is that's needed, then you're just going to be unhappy. And that's just the reality.
I want to say that, baby. That's what I'm saying. We pray and we fast. We want you to know your friends that you got out there, send them our way. And it's not about, listen to me. It's not about money. It's not about money. It's about getting the soul and the spirit on track where the flesh must follow.
Yes.
And when it comes to marriages, we serious about this. We want you to know that with our examples, the way we carry ourselves, our report, our marriage report, anybody you know that no bone on my bone know what we stand for.
Yes.
Send them our way where this is what we want. Once your marriage leave our counseling. We want you to be able to counsel somebody else.
Exactly.
I'm not saying in a professional way anyway, but you may be some help to another couple because of what you learn and what you gleaned off of from us, or what we gleaned off y'all.
And what they see. Like once you go through counseling with us, you don't leave the same. I promise you. And then people look at your marriage and they can see the change. If they've been around you anytime, they can see the change. And that's what we want, because it's not about the money. It's not about any of that. It's about souls. It's about love, true love.
True.
Because I'm telling you guys, we need love. Everybody need love. You know, when you stop and think about people that kill themselves, and I know that's harsh. It is. But a lot of time people kill themselves because they don't feel like nobody loved them. Nobody care what happens to them. They have nobody in their court. And they feel like that's the only result. So love is so important in all relationships. It is not about just in marriage. It's about all the relationships that you have. If you don't feel the love, if you don't feel the worth of that relationship, then it's time for that relationship to be gone. Just that simple. If you don't feel like that relationship is benefiting you and you benefiting it, it's not a mutual thing. It's one-sided where you're the giver, doer. It's time to reevaluate, because I'm telling you, with everything that's going on in the world, you need your peace and happiness. And if a relationship that you're a part of is not doing that for you, but it's more stress and it's more, you go to bed at night thinking about this relationship like, man, I really need to cut them off or kick them to the curb or whatever. That's what you need to do. You need to follow that gut feeling and do what your gut, intuition, discernment, whatever you call it, is telling you, and let that relationship go, because it's not worth your peace. Nothing is worth your peace being disturbed. Nothing.
Unless you want to fight for it. If you want to fight for it, get your counseling. Go together. Make sure both of you are on the same page. That okay, we will sit down and open up what we want to talk about. Do that. Give it an opportunity.
Yes. And so you guys, we're about to get off of here. We're giving y'all our time. Yes. And so we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for everyone that has shared either the TikTok or Facebook or whatever platform you're watching us on. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on and commenting. Put your questions. I can't say you can inbox Bone of My Bone on Facebook, but if you inbox me, I can see it, but I can't respond. Y'all, I'm dealing with mess on that page. But anyway, so know if you inbox me a message on my personal page, I can't respond. But if you do it on Bone of My Bone page, I can respond back. But we love you guys.
Hold on. We want to say something before we leave. This is our first night back, so we can hang longer. But I just want to say that we got some special things that we want to talk about next week. That's coming up, and we need to put out there.
No, we're gonna talk about that now, baby. So the marriage retreat. So if you guys are married now, for the marriage retreat, you have to be married. And so if that's something you would want to come to, we would love to have you to come to it. So I'm going to put our website on here. That is our website. Go to that website and you can sign up if you want counseling. You go right there. Same thing. www.bombmarriage.org. That's our website. You can go there to sign up for counseling. You can sign up for coaching. You can sign up for the retreat. Anything related to us, you can go and sign up there, and we will get back with you within 24 hours and get you whatever information you're requesting. If it's counseling, we'll get with you. If it's for the retreat, we'll give you all the information. If you want to seed into this ministry, into Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart, I have the information down there. You can do it via Cash App, which is $Bone of My Bone 888. Again, that's $Bone of My Bone 888. Or PayPal, you can do Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart at gmail.com. Again, that's Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart at gmail.com. So those are all the ways that you can reach us. We would love to see all you married people come to the retreat. You guys, the retreats are the bomb. Oh, it's February. It's Valentine's weekend. Valentine's Day weekend. So it's February the 10th through the 12th. And any more information you want, you can just go to the website for that. For its counseling, like I said, you can go to the website and fill in the form. Let us know you're looking for counseling. And what we say, counseling versus coaching. If you're a if you're married, but that other spouse is not willing to, do counseling at the time, then we can do one-on-one coaching. If you're female, I'll be doing your coaching. If you're male, my husband will do the coaching, because we run into that too. One spouse is not ready to do it, but that's when we tip into coaching versus counseling. So we love you guys. We are so excited to be back with you guys, and that you've hung with us. And so go ahead and share us on TikTok, share us on all your platforms. So, the information that you've gotten, you thrive from, that you've gained information from, you can share it with others. So we love you guys, and we're gonna say good night for now.
You have been
tuned in to Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart. We love you guys. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your
TikTok.
night.
Share the TikToks in the Facebook.